What up, brothers? What's up, Mr. Director? Chargers fans, get serious for a second, okay? We got a couple of topics that we got to go over today. One being Melvin Ingram possibly holding out. Yikes. The other being Sam Tevi being declared, at least being in the driver's seat for the starting left tackle position. Yikes. Before we get started, guys, hit us up with a like and sub if you do enjoy these Chargers videos. Small amount of time you guys take to hit the like, sub, and bell notification. Help me out a lot. Let's get into this content, dude. All right, bros. So a couple of things as we go through training camp, as we're hearing rumors start to come out of training camp for the Chargers, there's gonna be questions, big questions, mainly problems that they're trying to solve over there. And us as fans, well, we're gonna be looking at them and, you know, judging from the outside, hopefully, you know, giving some sort of insight on what might happen in the season, kind of give ourselves, you know, a bit of a bracing point for the reality of what's going on with the Chargers right now. So the big thing I want to talk about first off, Sam Tevi in the driver's seat for the Chargers starting left tackle position. Okay, so Sam Tevi is a name that Chargers fans are definitely, you know, familiar with. He's been, you know, on the other side of the football, right tackle, when called upon. And honestly, I'll be completely honest with you guys. At some points, in some instances, he's been all right. But I feel like Chargers fans, myself included, we've seen him play for a long period of time, and we know that he's pretty inconsistent. Now, I was looking for stats on offensive linemen. Didn't find them anywhere. This is the best I could do. I think the biggest numbers right here, sacks allowed, 6 yards, or 6 sacks for 24.5 yards. Yikes in 2018. And then 5 sacks for 36.5 yards in 2019. And then he's got a handful of penalties and stuff like that, too. I think those stats, yeah, they kind of speak for themselves, but I think more it's the eye test. You know, when you're a Chargers fan, you see that right side collapse over and over and over and over again these past couple of years. And we've got 3 years pretty much of tape on Sam Tevi. You know, I feel like the guy is a decent depth position kind of dude, you know. We kept him on the roster, but he was, you know, underneath somebody else. I think that's what most Chargers fans were expecting to see. I think most Chargers fans wanted to see Trey Pipkins. Trey Pipkins drafted last year. He did pretty well. He was I would say maybe a little below average, but that's really good considering the pickings are so slim in the NFL for offensive linemen right now. So where is Trey Pipkins? Well, a couple days ago he was seen wearing a knee brace, right knee. So he's been limited by injury in training camp right now. Yikes. I feel like Trey Pipkins was kind of the plan going into this year. We got rid of Russell Okung, who was a good left tackle, but thank God we did, because now he's considering retiring with everything going on in the pandemic. And what do we get in return? Like a Pro Bowl caliber right guard in Trey Turner. We kind of lucked out there. Problem is, our blind side, the most pivotal part of the offensive line, is now a question mark. Probably the one position you don't want a question mark on is the left tackle, and this is a huge question mark now. Trey Pipkins being the starter, I was already a little bit nervous about. Sam Tevi now? We need to do something. We need to do something. So just, you know, as a fan, you know, the guy that you go and you sit down next to the bar and like, dude, you hear about the Chargers left tackle? And I'll be like, yeah, man, this is what I would say as that fan. Okay, a couple of solutions here. One, take a look at the top 100 available free agents right now. Go to your free agent pool. Who are you going to see? You're going to see Cordy Glenn, formerly of the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, I thought this man was a guard. He's listed as tackle. I'll take whatever, man. He's ranked number 15 of the top 100 remaining free agents right now. Let's throw this guy, you know, some money, just a little bit. You know, the Chargers, I think, let's take a look at Spot Rack right now. Available $13 million in cap. Now, the Chargers may want to save a lot of that for 2021 because the cap may be changing due to the pandemic. As much as 20% is what I'm hearing, which is insane and a little bit crazy. Considering we got to pay some big superstars, Keenan Allen, Joey Bosa, Derwin James coming up really soon. That's the kind of thing you got to think forward with, okay? But I think a signing like Cordy Glenn, we got our boy Tom Telesco in the house. He's going to be able to figure out a nice deal for the Chargers to get some more depth on here. Another guy you could maybe consider is Jared Veldheer. I don't remember where he was last year. Maybe he was with the Broncos or something. It says Green Bay here. Was that his previous team, Green Bay? I guess maybe he was like a depth guy. I don't know, dudes. There's two issues right now. The first issue is who's starting at left tackle. That's not Sam Tevi. The Trey Pipkins. I mean, if Pipkins is there, I'll feel a little bit better. But Sam Tevi, I don't know. The second problem is depth. Who do we have behind these guys? You know what I mean? So maybe those are the kind of things you want to look at when looking at the, free agents. Maybe you just want to bring in a guy for depth. The second thing is we could maybe start Forrest Lamp. That guy that we drafted in the second round forever ago. We had super high hopes for, and he's been injured ever since. Maybe this is his year. We can slide him over to left tackle. I would maybe feel a little bit better with that than Sam Tevi. I don't know. The last thing we do is just maybe wait it out. Hopefully Trey Pipkins comes back. Okay? Let's move on probably to the bigger topic of today's video. It's going to be Melvin Ingram. Melvin Ingram is holding out. No, he's not. There's no confirmed evidence of that right now. But what we do know right now is that Melvin Ingram hasn't been coming to practice. And when we asked Coach Anthony Lynn what's going on, Coach, why isn't Melvin Ingram? And we got Joey Bosa locked up. We got a really nice defense. Where's Melvin Ingram? He's part of that defense. What he had to say was, this is company business. It sounded like he was very vague about it. It sounded like he was just like, you know what? We don't want to deal with this. It's company business. We'll figure it out. Sit tight. That to me is a little concerning because, Melvin Ingram is in a position where he's going to want a new contract. And when I say new contract, we could extend him for maybe, I don't know, $12, $14 million a year for a couple years. Okay? Now, in this article from Bolts from the Blue, they listed a couple other guys that maybe were a little bit older that had really good careers, into their 30s. Calais Campbell, Everson Griffin, Michael Bennett, Cam Wake. I definitely see Melvin Ingram as one of those talents. I think he can do it. And if the Chargers need to extend him, I say let's try it. I would say let's try and keep Melvin Ingram on this team. Unfortunately, there's going to be some cuts and there's going to be some guys we have to let go. And I feel like Melvin Ingram is maybe higher on that list than other players. But that rock band that we've assembled, Joey Bosa, maybe Derwin James coming down. We got Linval Joseph now and Melvin Ingram. I don't want to break up that band yet. I feel like this is going to be a really, really good year for our defense. And I really want to see Melvin Ingram a part of that. So having him hold out is a little bit concerning. Okay? So some solutions. What can we do? What can Chargers fans do? What can the Chargers do? I think number one, you wait it out. This is kind of what they've been doing the past couple years. Gordon, they just wait it out. Joey Bosa was a bit different. When he was a rookie, when he was holding out, that was a little bit different. But I feel like that's, solution number one. Let's just wait and see. Solution number two. I feel like Chargers fans have been talking about this a little bit too. Let's pull up this article. Did the Chargers make Melvin Ingram available for trade? This one hurts my soul a little bit because I don't want to trade Melvin Ingram. However, the reason I don't want to trade Melvin Ingram, or there is a reason I don't want to trade Melvin, because he's good. Other teams know he's good too. In this article, they state that we could get as much as maybe a third and fourth for Melvin Ingram, even though he's already 30 years old. Possibly as high as a second. Maybe. To get something like that in return for somebody that's maybe coming towards the end of their career, I get it. That's a good deal. But he's good, and that's why I don't want to let him go. But still, if the Chargers are been in talks with him, they know what's going on better than we do. And it comes to the conclusion where it's like, guys, I don't know if Melvin's going to play this year. And I don't know if he wants to stay with the Chargers. I don't know what the situation is. I can't imagine that being the case, but maybe. We don't know. We're the fans. We're not in the room with these guys. In that case, okay, maybe we trade Melvin Ingram. And which would be crazy. But let's say we get that capital back. What do we do now? What do the Chargers do now? Well, there's a couple of things. One, a topic that other Chargers fans have been talking to me about, at least, or bringing up for quite a bit. Why don't we sign Jadeveon Clowney? Now, as hype as I would be about that, which I would be hype, if we decided to sign Jadeveon Clowney, that'd be crazy. Some people will say, well, he doesn't fit our system. Oh, because he's an outside linebacker. Melvin Ingram was an outside linebacker with us before we transferred him over to defensive end. And I think that he would be just fine there. The thing is, with Jadeveon Clowney, I don't know if he's lived up to his expectations since he was drafted. He had a huge expectations on his shoulders when he was first drafted. If you take a look at some of his stats here, they've been okay. They've been all right. 9 sacks, 6 sacks. I mean, of course, he's playing in different positions, so he's got different things that he can do that maybe Melvin Ingram can't. This guy's picked up an interception. This guy's, forced fumbles and stuff. He plays on the outside, at linebacker. At defensive end, what is his numbers going to look like? I don't know, but I would say it's not a bad plan. It's not a bad plan to bring in Jadeveon Clowney to replace Melvin Ingram if this is the case. The problem is that money. How much is it going to cost? Now, it says here in this article that he hasn't budged from his $17 million per year demands. Which, you know what? That's fine. There's guys that are getting paid, what, $25 million? That's, I guess, kind of fair, sort of. I think the Seahawks wanted to pay him $15, and he said no to that. However, the season's coming a lot closer now, and if he wants to play on a football team starting the year off, he may need to take less money than he wants. And if there's a man in the entire planet that can pull off a cheaper contract for a star like Jadeveon Clowney, it is Tom Telesco. Coupon Tom could pull this off. Now, do I want this? Kind of. You know, I would be hype. But what I'm more hype about, if the case is that, you know, Melvin Ingram sits out, if he holds out, if we trade him, I would want to see this man, who is already on our roster, Uchenna Nwosu, the man who stripped R. Jackson, a playoff game that was so epic. Chargers win versus the Ravens. Okay, this man has been groomed in our system the past few years, and I think on any other team he may be a starter. For us, he's a depth player, which is really crazy. So I like Uchenna Nwosu stepping into that role where Melvin Ingram was. But I do have a little bit of a contingency. If we're going to be throwing him into the fire, I would like to give this man some help. Okay, we take a look at the NFL Top 100, or the NFL 100 free agents list here. There is a man that I feel like could unleash the potential of not only Uchenna Nwosu, but Joey Bosa as well. And his name is number 6 right here in Damon Harrison. Snacks Harrison. If we can't keep Melvin Ingram, we have to trade him away. That's $14 million towards our cap already right there. We would have plenty of cap space to sign Damon Snacks Harrison on a 1 or 2 year deal. Bring him into the Chargers because this boy is huge. He would be eating up blocks, you know, side by side with Linval Joseph. Joey Bosa and Uchenna Nwosu would be off that line like crazy every single snap. One of them is going to get free, period. Anyway, so that's my plan. So in the comment section below, what do you guys think about the situations with Sam Tevi and Melvin Ingram? Let me know what your guys' thoughts are, what you guys think we should do. As Chargers fans, this is us just kind of getting a little prepared for that. Well, if you guys like what you saw, hit us up with a like, sub, and hit that bell notification as well on your way out. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been The Director. We'll see you next time. And as always, bolt up and stay frosty.